Oh, okay. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Good morning. Happy Sunday, guys. I am cleaning up my work area from yesterday. Yeah, a very little, but yes, I slept very, very, very little. I plan on going back to sleep after this Captain Lock and then getting up and finishing the lining to this bag and then going to Joann's. It is nineteen degrees out here. Good morning. Yeah, 19 degrees. It's nice and chilly. I didn't even get to mention it yesterday during Captain Log. I hit over 4K this weekend in no words. Super excited. I cannot believe it. Super appreciative of it. That's just like crazy to me. Good morning. Yeah, so yesterday I was moving slow. Like I strained a muscle or something right through here. I'm going to see a chiropractor tomorrow. At 11, I think. It's my first time going to a chiropractor in like 13 years. So I'm kind of nervous. I strained a muscle here and it hurts in between my shoulder blades. So I was moving slow because like I use my left hand mostly for everything. So I was moving slow, but I got the exterior done for the Trailblazer. This was a lady's baby's wrap. And she asked me to make it into a bag because her babies are now like over the age of 2 and they don't fit in the wrap. It's really cool. So she can put it on her luggage. Isn't that pretty? I did some I'm doing the lining today and I have some leather that I'm using for like keep dropping everything. Some leather I'm using for some face plates, and I'm gonna put some credit card slots in there. And it's so pretty. And I even took the OSHA wrap, the tag, and put it on top of the handle so that way like it could be full-fledged memory. It's webbing on one side, cork on the other to give it a really classy yet sturdy touch. So I finished the exterior yesterday and hold on. I finished the exterior yesterday and I'm pretty excited about it. Backstock Trailblazer. Yeah, it's a beautiful bag. I'm loving it so far. I did my modifications to it. You know that if you know me, I only stick to the pattern when I'm testing or when I'm doing a tutorial, except for the swoon ones. I can't say this enough. The swooning for swoon that I'm doing this month, doing one swoon pattern a month, it's going to be the normal swoon pattern, but with modernized techniques like pockets. There's zipper pockets of the swoons are usually it doesn't have a zipper facing or a zipper plating. It's just installing it. So I'm doing modernize everything when I do a swoon pattern. Good morning. Oh, Yeah, I have so much wax canvas. It's if you're a part of my Patreon, I had this really cool idea. Well, I seen this bag that this lady was wearing in a Netflix movie. And I was like, I wonder what bag this is. So I took a screenshot of the bag, and you know how our phones are just like, just basically little computers, like little AI robots. So I was able to identify the bag. And then I gave the bag to the people. There's a post if you're on my Patreon, if you haven't seen it yet, of this beautiful black tote bag. It's made out of all nylon, but the moment I seen it, I seen Shannon's Tuesday tote. And Nicole and some other people were like, wouldn't it be really pretty in wax canvas? I have a funny feeling that's going to be February's bag, to make this really cool tote that has like very intricate, like it has really cool zippers, two zippers in the front of the bag that go opposite directions. um so, and then in the handles, instead of being on the outside like this, they're in the inside of the bag. So I was like, this bag is super cool. And it has like a water bottle holder inside and just nothing but slip pockets, and then it closes with a snap. I just thought we could modify the Tuesday tote to be this bag. This bag retails at 195, 198, and I'm like, we could have fun. I first was like, well, let's play with nylon, because if you know me, I like to play with unconventional um I just like messing with things that are we normally don't put in bags or we don't see in the bag world. Then someone brought up wax canvas, and Nicole brought it up, and then a third person brought it up, and another person, and I'm like, okay, this might be the bag. This bag retails and sells really well, because whenever there's a bag that's on a TV show, people do the same thing that I'm doing. They screenshot that bag and they try to figure out what it is because they want to replicate it, because however the designer designed the bag with to go with an outfit or whatever, they're stoked about it. So I was the same thing. I was like, this bag is super cool. It's simplistic, but it's very functional, yet then it has like this high fashion. And someone said wax canvas, and I'm looking at my wax canvas pile that's like big. um we might be doing that. We'll put it to the vote. Majority rules on in my Patreon. One person doesn't get to dictate it, especially me. I'm down for anything because I like to try new stuff all the time. So I'm always intrigued with the Patreon people pick. So we do a poll, which I'm probably going to do the poll sometime this week coming up. And we pick a bag that we're going to do on February. Then the first week of February, I break down the anatomy of the bag and what modifications that everybody said that they want that we do, and then we modify it back. So what I'm doing is with Swoon, I'm doing a slight modification bag on bags, but not. The pattern's going to stay the same. I'm only modifying things that have the zipper. So for example, Swoon collection, Alicia was really into hidden zippers. So like the Baby Bell, Betty, Blanche, so many of the bigger bags have a hidden zipper. So what I'm going to do is have an exposed zipper, have zipper facings and zipper plates and things like that, versus using the pockets as your zipper guides. So we're going to do like modernized pockets, like welt pockets and things along that line. And when I'm with my Swoon, I've got so many requests. People are emailing me about the bell. They want to see the olive vanity. They want to see the Frankie. They want to see. There's so many bags of Swoon has, so I'm getting like hit with left and right. It's just an ongoing list, and like every month, I'm going to do one Swoon bag and just kind of modernize it a little bit, so that way you can have what the newer designers are putting in bags, but still have that classic shape that Swoon carries that is priceless and timeless. Thank you. Yeah, the interview with So Sweetness was so fun. Her and Danny are just like the best. They're very nice, super humble people. They're funny, and they're just kind. They're so, so kind. Very family oriented. Very, it's like good. Just I feel always awesome. Like my brown, like the cork that I have right now on this bag comes from So Sweetness. She has like to me the best prices and the fastest shipping and the cheapest shipping. To be honest, I don't know how she does it. I just used regular Shea Flex 101 for the stabilizer for the wrap. If you follow the pattern, which I always tell people to follow the pattern for your interfacing and your stabilizers, I use foam. And it just stands up on its own. Yeah, the bag's not done. I just did the exterior of the bag. This is her baby wrap from OSHA, and I always appreciate when people ask me to make their bags from OSHA fabric because it's a wrap. Usually it's for their child or something, so it carries a lot of memory. And these wraps are not cheap. They're like $200 plus. They come from Scotland. They're the only place that has licensed Lord of the Ring fabric. So when people ask me to do it, it always, one, makes me excited, two, makes me nervous because there's no room for error. Um, and three, sorry, whenever I see a thread that's like a little fuzzy, trust me, because Kindle will appreciate me right now because that's his job. He cuts stray threads. Um, so what I need to do today is I need to add the top zipper on here. And then I just have to do the interior. She requested to have some credit card slots. I cut out my credit card slots. I'm ready to go. I'm going to do I'm going to punch a dip in the middle of them. So that way it'll be easier to put the slots in and get the credit cards out. Excuse my finger. I dropped a freaking rotary on my finger yesterday. I was just watching it bleed for a second. Sorry, graphic right there. And I was like, what the hell? It's not me if I don't injure myself. So she wanted elements of leather. For baby bags, I usually don't put leather, and there's a reason. These kind of bags are going to get stuffed with water bottles, diapers, blankets, clothes, my kids, candy, whatever. So the bag will start getting heavier and heavier. This weighs, these 4 little pieces of leather weigh almost the same amount as this bag with foam. So I'm surprising her with elements of leather. Like on the front of this, I put leather tabs just to give it a pop of a different color to bring out, because I made the webbing the same color as the leather. So I'm putting credit card slots in the middle. They're going to be 2 on each side, so she could put her credit card slots. I'm going to put a big slip pocket. I'm going to put a tube where she could open the tube up kind of in the side, where she could put a bigger water bottle, like a water bottle jug. And then she's, of course, a zipper pocket, and then another cell phone slip pocket. So I'm putting a lot of stuff in the interior for her, so that way she has it. I made sure I put all the purse feet. I usually am not a huge purse feet person, but if this is going to be going to amusement parks or whatever, cork cleans up nicely. I put my logo on the side and put like little hints of pink leather throughout the bag, but the bag is not leather itself. One of my favorite things to do, because she's one of the rare people that actually kept her OSHA tag. So, I unpicked it all and put it on the handle, so it could be just a memory of when she got it for her and her babies. I wanted like her to remember everything. And of course she has like little snippets, like I'm going to put Shannon's nasty little pockets on one of the wallets. And then one of the slip pockets going to have Forge and the Fires of Mordor. So like there's little hints of Lords of the Ring and everything. Like some of the hardware in the inside of the bag are all circle to represent the ring. And it's just really cool because she's like, the inside of this pocket is the map to Gondor. So like I love when people come to me for very specific things. Like, so I get a lot of people coming to me for Marvel bags, especially Wanda and Loki. Wanda and Loki are the 2 bags that I get requested the most in the Marvel universe. I get a lot of Lord of the Ring because, one, I go out of my way trying to find anything Lord of the Ring, Doctor Who, and Harry Potter. So like people come to me with things that they have already, like they got a sweater from Harry Potter, Universal Studios, or when they went somewhere in London and it ripped and they wanted it to be a part of their bag. So I love when people do that. I also get this rare, very rare, and I never get to really show it because the time crunch, and Harley Davis is, whoa, they'll come after you for everything you have being a little shop. I get a lot of Harley Davis chicks that want all leather bag with their Harley Davis old leather jacket or whatever. And I get those a lot, but I never show those because I got dinged one time by showing it on Instagram and they pulled it down. So I never show those, but I get a lot of referrals by friends. So this person has a lot of friends that like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, and they want things made, and she will now refer people to me. So word of mouth goes a long way. So I feel like what makes my bags different from not the world's, but other people's, I pay attention to details. The devil's in the details for me. I will pay attention to the littlest things that I know a fellow Lord of the Ring person would pay attention to that would make them happy. So with that being said, like that goes back to what we were talking about yesterday, knowing your audience and knowing what you like. So if you're known for wax canvas bags and you can do wax with leather and people love your color combination, or I have a friend that is really good with houndstooth and Harris tweed. This girl can make a Harris tweed bag out of anything and everything, and it always looks like it's a $5,000 bag. And people go to her with like their old Harris tweed jackets or fabric they found at a thrift store. They want her to make a certain type of bag or whatever. Know your audience. To be open with your commission. The person that you're doing a specialized bag with, continuously be in contact. Don't be in contact with them. Oh, they pay you, and then your office now radio silence until the bag gets shipped out. No, show them tidbits. Be like, look, I got this part done. Isn't this cool? They freak out. You're freaking out. You guys are bonding. And the next thing you know, when you send this bag over, you have people like, hey, so-and-so got a bag from you and they gave me your information. Can you make me a bag? Like, be present. People want, if you're making something from you and they're paying hundreds of dollars, be there. Give them what Saks Fifth Avenue can't give them. Give them what Yves Saint Laurent can't give them. Give them what Salvatore Ferragamo can't give them. Give them what Coach can't give them. Give them what Very Badly can't give them. Customer service. Customer service. Showing them that not only you're getting a bag that no one else is having, but I'm here for you. Be there. And it might be hard at sometimes because you might be going through something that day where you're like, damn, I just don't want to be a part of anything. My hair is caught up in my loop of my ring. Sorry. Do you see this? I'm like trying to pull it back and it's in my super fun to have curly hair sometimes. Okay, I got it out. Okay. It's better now. Give them what other people do. And then I have, I'm making them a persimmon. The persimmon is half the map and the other half is the brown cork. And that's going to be the thank you gift. And I'm going to write them a really nice gift. And it's going to be something super nerdy, like this bag was forged in the realms of Mount Mordor. Be careful. Smeagol might come after it. Like, be there. And most of my clients, if you guys were to able to go onto my reviews, they're return customers. My return customers are real and I value them with all my heart. Like all my heart. Trying to see. So, okay, this one says, I absolutely had the pleasure of working with Shinovo with the custom bag. The quality is outstanding and the little details are perfect. Okay, you'll always hear details. What a beautiful piece. All of her stitching and her materials are beautiful. This bag is a great size, large, and so much. I love, love, love all the little details. I'm still finding out little Easter eggs throughout this bag. Like, I have one for I'm not to brag, I'm not trying to be, I've never got anything less than a 5 star, because I feel like when people get less is that they communicate with the person frequently, they get their money, they're MIA until the bag is sent out, and they don't send thank you gifts, they don't follow up to make sure that they got their bag on time, nothing. Be what these other bigger names can't do, because even if I got huge, let's just say I get huge, like big huge, and I have a worker, I would expect the worker to do the same kind of work that I'm doing, following up. Just like I got my first quilt from Shinova. She's making it. Please, I absolutely buy so much stuff from her. Please buy things from this beautiful artist. She has a she is very detailed oriented, and she really got Harry Potter. Like I don't get like, oh, nice bag. I get like paragraphs of thank yous. So like that's what I'm trying to explain is like, be what these other these shops can't do. Everyone's like, oh, they people Louis Vuitton do this. You're not Louis Vuitton. You're trying to be something better than Louis Vuitton. You're trying to be what Louis Vuitton was in the beginning, but then they got so big and then they stopped caring unless it's an email about sales. So, I mean, just continue to be you. This is my second bag from Shinova. She has awesome customer service. I love her stitching. The bonus gift plus this gift glows in the dark. She the complimentary gifts that she gave with the bag. She's truly is amazing, very talented, very responsive. Being responsive is very important. And if you're in my Patreon group, my Patreon can sound off. I'm responsive. I won't leave you for a day because you're when you're on Patreon, you're supporting my weird dream, and for some odd reason, I guess you want the same dream that I have to make unusual bags, to make something that doesn't look like everybody else's. So, and to make modifications and start getting that eye for it. So, my the attention to detail goes a lot with me going. I don't ignore people, whether you're a person just asking me for help making your own bag, or a commission client, or on my patrons. Ignoring people is not something that I don't do, and I notice that it sometimes it could be overwhelming because I do have an introverted personality, but I push through it, and I just want to be able to help people and be there for people as much as I can. Good morning, Arnetta. Yes, it is free. It's flipping cold. Like I want to go to Joann's, but chances are when I get off here, I'm gonna fall asleep, get up around noonish, and then probably either go to Joann's because I have a bag that I need to make tomorrow. That's a custom bag, and I need some navy blue marine vinyl, and then finish up this bag so Kendall could take pictures of it and ship it off to the person tomorrow. I love foam. By any foam is the best foam in the world that we can get in the US. I'm going to say not world, but the US. My favorite foam is from Vaseline, but they don't sell it here in the US. I usually get it. I know this sounds weird. Okay, so tax season is also the season that I have conventions. So this is the season where Shinova gets like, I can get things for my business starting in March through June that I normally wouldn't be able to get because I'm usually paying for like basketball practice, football practice, track, violin, basses, braces, the normal thing that parents pay for. That basically my job covers all of my kids' extracurricular activities, and they're in a lot of activities. Or their hobbies. Like my daughter's making a fursuit. If you know anybody that does that stuff is not cheap. Like that is not a cheap hobby, but I want to support her dreams because you never know, she might be the next costume designer in a sci-fi movie 20 years from now. And it all stemmed from me supporting her dreams. You never know how things are going to roll out. And I want her to be whatever she wants to be and have fun doing it. It's really important to me. So what I would recommend you to do, my favorite foam is from Vaseline. So what I do is once or twice a year, when I get a large sum of money, I'll usually buy a roll, and it has to come from Europe, usually, or Germany, and it's not a cheap thing. Or the UK, it's not cheap. It's not a cheap thing, but there's something about the Vaseline foam that's a little bit different than Bianni's. Bianni's is exactly 1/4 of an inch. The Vaseline is under 3/8 of an inch, but higher than 1/4 of an inch. And because of that, it has more buoyancy and bounce. So when you're trying to get that puffed up effect for quilting, hands down, best quilting foam ever. And there's another one that you can't get on Amazon. You can't get anywhere except at Sewing Machine Plus or like a sewing box star thing. It's called something R Style, not R Foam. R Foam is what you get on Amazon. It's like R Style. That is a very expensive foam too. It's like $24 a yard, but again, it's similar to the Vaselines where it gives you a more quilted, puffed up feeling. Um, it doesn't run as smooth as Bianni. Bianni has like this tricot fishnet thing that's compressed into the her formula. And trust me, the reason why I know this is because I love interfacing. So I like to compare different foams with different foams, different like, Shape Flex 101 to like Craft Fuse and all different stuff to see what works the best for each bag. And what I found out, there's no such thing as one perfect good interfacing. There's things that I have like a Decaville light that is interface that's comparable to Decaville light that I get from Serial Bag Maker that to me I like better than Decaville light. I could turn this bag around. There's no wrinkles. There's some bags that you cannot flip without getting some ripple effect or whatever with a Decaville light, even if you did everything right, letting it cool down overnight, whatever. So, I mean, I don't believe there's a perfect, oh my God, there's another thread. Okay, I don't believe that there's a perfect interfacing for anything. That I think you should just experiment and then you can have fun with it. And I also encourage people to get interfacing sometimes from your hardware store. Like I get my sticky foam and some of my laminate stuff. I need to put more butane in this bad boy. I need to find the butane. Kendall hates when I'm doing that because he's like, I can see the butane leaking out of there. So like there's a hole in here and you put the can in there and fill it up. As you can see, there's not like a lot in there. But man, I need to order another one of these from at Sad Creations. It's peeling off though, but it's been a year and some change. But this is my favorite lighter. It's like my favorite lighter of all time. Taking it, you cannot take this through customs. They will stop you like they did me because it's shaped like a gun. If you've seen this in the X-ray machine, you'll be like, why does she have a 2-inch, 3-inch gun in her carry-on? Yeah, thank you so much. Attention to details. I think that's what, if someone's like, is it your stitching? Is it, I guess the stitching to me goes with attention to detail. I am not a perfectionist. I actually kind of hate when people say that because perfection is the eye of the beholder. So you're just wanting the best that you can visually see. There's no such thing as perfect. So I could be like, my hair looks perfect today. And for me, this might be the best curls I've ever had. But to you, you might have seen more defined, better curls. That's why I don't like when people are like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. And in my head, I'm just like rolling my eyes because there's perfection is in the eye of the beholder. Similar to beauty, what I find beautiful, you may not. So paying attention to detail to me though is a little bit different. It's kind of like being a Sherlock Holmes, which is like one of my favorite book series. And anything with mystery, I'm all about because I've always felt like I would be a really good lady Sherlock because I pay attention to things that normal other people do not pay attention to. When I have had partners when I first started doing cons and conventions that I would share my table with someone else, usually authors or whatever, because they only have books. And every person I've ever shared a table with were like, the reason why people come to the table is your attention to detail. I can call out something that you're wearing that I notice that other people don't notice, but you wear because you love and you want people to notice. Kind of like when you wear a really nice perfume, you want people to stop and be like, oh my God, what is that smell? You smell amazing. No one wears perfume saying, oh, I don't want people to think I smell good. Obviously you do. So like attention to details was a big thing for me. It's part of interesting how I got diagnosed with like ADHD and stuff like that as a kid, because I would be hyper focused on something that nobody else will be hyper focused in the class about. And that's what I would remember. So little details that I feel like other people may pass by and not pay attention to are details that I think are important. Sort of like all her zippers are like a leaf. And if you watch Lord of the Ring, their pendants are a leaf. So like somebody else may not be paying attention to it and be like, oh, it's just an antique pull, and then she might be like, oh my god, it's the leaves of the pendants they wore when they were the seven people walking through. So like details are super important to me. And or just putting the OSHA label back on, like unstitching it and putting it back on, because I want her to remember that this is her sling that she carried her two babies. There's not she had for 2 to 3 years, her and her husband wrapped this sling around their body while they were washing dishes, while they were going to the park, while they were going to the grocery store, while they were vacuuming the house. This thing helped to put their baby so close to their chest, especially if they did chest to chest, so that they could feel like the baby could be soothed. This is a special bag. It's not special because you're buying it for me. It's special because it's something that held the weight of the world in one place next to your heart. So I wanted to take all the details and do it. And it also has like this big slot. What is it? Those release buckles. I plan on doing something where there's like going to be a release buckle with mesh in the inside. So that way that buckle gets used to, because that's the buckle they would wrap around, snap it, and have their baby on them. So details, details, details. Hey, Dragon. Let's see. You like Pellon foam? Yeah, some people some like the Pellon foam. Pellon foam, to me, I feel like it compresses too easily and doesn't fluff up like by Annie. That's the thing. Like by Annie, it only compresses the area that you sew on, and then by doing so, it kind of puffs up the areas around it. Sorry, my finger looks horrible. You're like, what is wrong? I was cutting, and then I dropped it on my hand. Now you guys can really tell that I'm a lefty because I'm cutting with my left hand and dropping a rotary on my right. Hey, like my daughter says, Christine, if there's not trolls, you're not doing something right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love Sherlock Holmes too. There's this BBC program, and I forgot what it's called. It's kind of like Lady Sherlock, but it's not named that. Her dad was Sherlock Holmes, and he passed away, and his apprentice was Watson. Watson is only like 2-3 years older than her, and it is a really good series. I forgot what it's called. If I recall it today, I'll mention it tomorrow. It is so good. But my family makes fun of me because they think I'm addicted to BBC because of Call of the Midwife or Doctor Who. I watch a lot of BBC programs. So they were just like, Lady Victoria, they were just like, you're kind of addicted to BBC. I'm like, heck yeah, dude. First of all, if you have a British accent, I'm sorry ahead of time if we ever meet. Because if you talk to me within 5 minutes, I'm going to start using your accent. Because I think they're so beautiful, so charming, so elegant, so regal. Thank you. Hello. Okay. We're in the US. Well, I'm in the US, yeah. So I think that is all I have today. I won't be able to probably show you the finished bag unless I go do a mini video and post it today before Kindle packs it. But that's my plan today, is to finish the interior. The interior only takes me about an hour. The strapping, I did the same thing for the back. It's cork on one side and this beautiful purplish pink that I got from Georgia Girl Stitch. I decided to do 1-inch webbing because she didn't have 1.5-inch in this color, and I just thought this color complemented these blues so well. So that's it. And also, if you're also on Patreon, if you're in the top tier, the bobbins, make sure I did a video yesterday about a special gift that I'm giving. That is a magnetic bookmark. So especially if your goal is to read more, then this bookmark will be really fun. It's scrap projects and it's really fast to make. And I'll be making a video on that before the 31st. So today, finishing this bag, ordering the badges, and cutting for tomorrow. So I hope everyone has a really good Sunday. If you're able to sew. If you're not and you're just hanging out with your family or just Netflixing, chilling, whatever you do, be happy, be safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Happy sewing, guys. Bye.